Good morning, fishing people. Oh, that's taking it some. I'm on Nosh from FishOn TV, and I'm actually in a match today. I've literally just got things set up, and I'm with the Fryston Angling Club. My first match with them, and we are at a fabulous fishery at Sykehouse Fisheries. And boy, is the weather different today from last week. I wasn't ready for that coming up there. And there we go. First fish of the day. First fish of the day on the Duro Banjo and 8mm pellet. Caught me a bit by surprise. It's only been in 3 minutes, and it's a nice. It's got to be at least £4. Now this fishery, if it'll stay still, I don't think it wanted to come in that quick. Crikey, come here. Well, again, barless hooks. I just cannot get it out. Right, just 2 secs. Let me try this. Right, just bear with me, fisher people. As you can see, he's not happy. He's still got a load of life left in him. I'm not going to show you this fish. It's the first fish of the match. It's about £4. It's a mirror carp. And we are fishing the match lake at Sykehouse Fisheries. All I've got on is a 30g Duro Banjo feeder with some pellets that I soaked this morning. I wasn't actually planning on going fishing today. Been working that hard on that property, I think I mentioned to you. But I was wide awake at 6:15, so I rang Gareth and asked if there was a space for me, and he said, yeah, get yourself along. So I went to Viking Fishery to start with, because that's where they normally fish. But it was at Sykehouse, so I was a little bit late, but on time for the actual fishing. So I put got some micros there. I've had a little cast about, found a clear bit. There's a little bit of weed on the bottom, but I found a little bit of a clear patch. I can just get there catapulting my pellets out there, 8mm pellets. I've got the wind in my face and the rain as well. It's been a bit horrible this morning, the weather. I wasn't sure what to expect. The weather temperature is 11 when I came this morning. It's been 27, so there's a massive change in the weather. I have seen 1 or 2 fish on top showing the faces, but it's pretty difficult for shallow fishing, I think. But I've got to give it a go. If the weather breaks a little bit, I've set a shallow rig up. I've got a margin rig up for down here, and I'm basically going to go for the Duro Banjo bomb attack. Keep it quite simple. The only baits I've got is 8mm pellets, sweet corn and micros, and so far so good. 1 fish after the first 3 or 4 minutes. So I'll give you an update shortly. I will have another little chat with you when I'm just waiting for a bite. I'll tell you who's here, and we'll crack on from there. So see you soon. Over and out. Right, I'm back again. Let's just check. I wasn't expecting the rod to go around straight away, so it got me by surprise. So yeah, like I was saying, we're here at Sykehouse Fisheries in Sykehouse. Belting little fishery. There are 4 ponds now. There's a new one that's just opened over there. And like I was just saying, the weather is awful. It's typical, isn't it? It's the first match. I know I said on the last video the first match for me would be the Feeder King on the 17th, but I knew there was a match today, even though I didn't know where it was. Turning up at Viking. It's a little bit chilly, as you can see. I've got my coat on. I was in shorts last week. But what a good start. I found a bit of a clear bit there. I'm probably fishing, I've not clipped hooks, I'm in open water, and there are some big fish in here, and there's plenty of them. Not sure how it's going to fish today. I've not seen a lot of people catching at all. We're about half an hour in or so, yeah. I've not really seen anybody catch too much. I can say I was late because I went to the wrong venue, but I'm away fishing. I've got to put my weight on. I've got about 4 pounds in the net. It might have been a little bit more, but I put 4. Good start. And what I'm doing, I'm firing 2 lots of 8mm fishery pellets, about 10 in each pouch. I'm wanting to get them on the bottom, even though I've seen 1 or 2 on top. I don't think it's ideal for shallow fishing, but I will give it a go. Like I said, if we get a bit of a break in the weather. Now today, the Fryston Fishing Club. Look over there. We've got soz. If you can just see the greeny blue. It's a new top he's bought. I think it's a Drennan top. I'm just getting a liner there. So there are fish knocking about. So soz has just been laughing at me for going to the wrong venue. I think he's glad to see me, even though he said, well, I won't tell you what he said because it ends. There'd be a lot of bleeping going off. So he's out there. Gareth, who comes fishing with us with the old boys as well, he's here, and the maggot man's here. And believe it or not, the maggot man is not using maggots. He's going to be completely lost. He won't know what to do without his maggots. But the reason he's not using maggots, and I've had a lot of success on maggots here, and big fish as well. But I'm not going to tell him that we're in a match. Especially on like the pellet waggler with a couple of maggots on that can work great here, but it's too windy, you can't fire any maggots anywhere today. So I'm out there, it's around 20 metres that I'm fishing at. I need to fire a few more pellets out there. So I put in about 8 to 10, 12-ish. Got my target as far as I go. That actually pretty blew to the left. I've not been blowing left for every catapult out, so that was just a bit off, but I'm not too worried. Carp like to graze about quite a bit. There we go, on the money that one. Plenty of pellets. I don't want them coming up in water. I want to try and get them down on there. Juro banjo feeder, a few micros in. I'm due to recast this. It's been in now 3 minutes. So every sort of 3 or 4 minutes I will keep recasting, and we'll just see how the fishing goes. Again, I've just seen another one top there. I've not brought the pellet waggler because I thought I was fishing it biking. Pellet waggler can work quite well here. But I'm just going to keep it simple. That's the approach to this line. I can change to a bomb if I think that they're wanting just a bomb and pellet. You never know. I've got a shallow rig set up and one for the margin, so we'll see how things progress. It's good to see 1 or 2 lads again. Let's just hope I get a few fish and get the match cobwebs brushed off. So get ready for when I start fishing, match fishing every week in a couple of weeks' time. So we shall see you soon. If I hook into any of the mighty fish, I will be in touch. And there's another one just here, just in front of me here. So I think I will be priming a shallow, somewhere shallow. I've got 14 metres there, so I don't know, they seem quite close. I might start at 11, and with the back off I can work out the canter. So we'll see how things go anyway. Over and out, see you soon. Here we go, people. I did land one earlier. I've had 2. Not quite on the Juro banjo feeder. And actually, I've got to tell you, I want to fire some more pellets out. And I normally put my runner on or slacken the line up. I didn't. I nearly lost my rod. Very, very lucky. But I've changed to the bomb. I am feeding 11 to 13 metre line for shallow. But this has literally been in after the second fish, 30 seconds, and it went straight round. And I've been persevering with it, sort of firing 10, 12 pellets, 2 lots of them, try and get them on the bottom. But it has taken a while. Not prolific. I keep hearing a few splashes to my right. I don't know who's catching there. I know they've been on the pellet waggler. I wouldn't say a lot though, but I'm just looking around the pond. There's not a lot being caught, not prolifically. I think this weather's definitely made them have a little rethink. But this feels like a decent fish. Oh, I'll see if we can get it in. Oh, not as big as I thought actually. But it's all welcome, all welcome. Getting a few cobwebs off. Oh, wait a minute, it doesn't. Jeff, I think it might be foul. Is it? I'm not sure. Oh, it is, that's why it's going crazy. It flew round as well. So there we have it. A foul hooked fish with a mat. It would have been a lot bigger, but it's only about 1.5 to 2 pounds. I felt a lot bigger. Side, poor thing. That flew round 30 seconds, so it's just been swimming past as it settled, I don't know. But it'll do. It's a third fish. Not exactly what you wanted. I mean, foul looked it. It's a bit of luck to, well, I was looking for the fish, a bit of luck for me, but it's not exactly what I wanted. I'd rather see it in its mouth and know they're actually taking these pellets. But we'll get back out there, find a few more pellets, see if we can get another one. See you soon. Literally just told GoPro to turn off, and around it went again. Ooh, the puppy started feeding there. Crikey. The dog not enjoying being hooked. Here we go, number 4, fish number 4. Unbelievable, it just shows you have got to build a swim up and be patient. And so far, so good. Sodder's very quiet. From him, he'd be shouting over at me, wouldn't he, if he were catching. Come on now. Lively fish these. Very lively indeed. And there's some really big fish in here, but these, a smaller stamp today. Definitely. Another one about 2 pounds or so, 2.5 pounds. But better than nothing. So we've got to go back out there again with the bomb. And the bomb seems to be working. Right. So we'll fire a few more pellets out. Go. We'll get back out there. We'll see if we can get another one. See you soon. Right, people, it's 1:45. I've not been able to record the last couple of fish. It was raining, and when I've got all the mics and everything on, it exposes the GoPro, so it's not waterproof. It's still drizzling a bit now, but I thought I'd have to have a quick word. I've got 6 carp. I have tried shallow, but as you can see, this wind, they are shallow, so there's lots and lots of fish topping, but I have tried shallow. It's difficult, with it blowing towards me, the line's blowing towards me, it's difficult to present it right. I had a go, because I saw a few fish where I've been baiting the 13-metre line with pellets, but I had no joy at all. There was a fish within 2 feet of where my float was. Flicked it over and still nothing. I gave it about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, not a sign. I've heard one or two other people saying they've tried mugging one or two they've seen and they've not had a sign neither. So I've just gone, where I've been feeding all these pellets, I've just gone down there with a little 6mm pellet. That's what I've been feeding. I actually tried the 8mm on the hook, feeding 6s. I've had one or two liners, but nothing significant. It's typical, just calm down. I keep baiting out there with the 8mm, which is what I've got the FishOn on the bomb. I've seen Soz get one or two. He's been quiet today though for him, very quiet. Keep saying GoPro stop recording. I'll keep that long line, there we go. Oh, I think that must have just been a fish that's swum past the line. There was nothing on there at all. Right. Just flick this one out again. It's about 14 metres, that's where all the 6mm fish are. I'll just find a few around where that's landed. Right. And that was only in 3 minutes, so whether that was a liner or not, I don't know. I'm sure you heard it. Put my bait on and all that, because they're really vicious bites and banging it straight round. So I nearly lost my rod. I had to go down there to be on the end of my rod. And that was just as I was about to fire some pellets out. Right, as you can see, there's rain getting all over the camera now, so it's difficult to give you updates with all this rain knocking about. I don't want to damage the camera, so over and out. We'll see you soon. I've just gone out on the long line. And it went round in 45 seconds. A little rest. Oh, it's taking some line. Hope it's not fouled again. So I gave it a little rest. Tried a bit of shallow fishing. Like I say, it's awful this. It's typical, isn't it? I've had all that winter. I go pleasure fishing for a couple of days, gorgeous. Come match fishing. Wind in my face with rain, and I do apologise if there's blobs on the camera. But it's difficult to get decent footage when it's like this. It's even blown my tripod over, just to give you an idea of how windy it got. I have just put some bait in my margin, my left hand margin. It's quite deep in my right hand margin, but I fancy fishing for them in shallower water, and I've got about 2 foot there, I think. Might be just over with the float. It's quite flat. I've made a bit of noise. I've got corn and 6mm pellets and a little round ball of micros I've put down there. Not overkill with the micros. I don't like doing that. I prefer bigger baits. Oh, what's happening there? That's strange. Oh, something was wrong there. Well, nobody likes to see that, do they? That's just pulled out. That was very strange. Felt like an eel for a second then. Right, fish lost. Must have been an update, was it? Gonna have to get back out there. And my clutch was set right, so it was never going to snap me. It just set off. Very strange indeed. Right, update later. Right, we shall try again. 4 minutes that was in. And I think I'm about ready for trying my margins as well. The guy to my right keeps catching 1 or 2. Don't know his name actually. So I'll be trying corn, and I've got some 8mm soft pellets. So we shall see how that goes, but let's get this one in first. Squeaky seat, squeaky seat. Come on then. Difference between F1s pop up, gives you a chance to scoop them. Carp, as soon as you start lifting them, away they go. So this is number 7. Not the biggest fish today that I've caught. I have got one about 5 or 6 pounds. There you go, another one, another small one. £1.5, £2 maybe. There you go. See if he'll behave. Oh. And I've been getting them. I've changed from the 8mm fishery pellet to an 8mm wafter. So there you go, look. Not the biggest, but it's fish in the net. Sozza's not on his seat, but I have seen him catching 1 or 2. So, slightly better update. The other fish was bigger, of course. Right. Fire a few pellets out. I'm having to fish a bit short because the wind's got stronger as well. I'm probably about 2 or 3 yards shorter now with the wind getting up, but I'm still catching, so it doesn't matter. We'll get that back out there. Not on my line. Just cast beyond where the pellets landed, and I like to bring the bomb towards me a bit, hopefully pulling it away from where the pellets landed, so the bite's a little bit more instant. That's the theory. That's how I'm liking. That's how I think it is. That's how I think it's happening on the bottom. Right. Timer. Back on again. Right. Update over. Got to cover my camera back up. Goddamn rain. Fish jumping everywhere. It's driving me mad. I just wish this wind wasn't like it was. I'm sure we'd catch shallow today. Just topping everywhere. Right, these are. Boy, it's been quiet for the last hour. Missed a bite earlier. I've been in the margin. If I don't get anything after sort of 5-10 minutes, I tend not to keep the, I tend not to stay in there. Oh, you can't believe it, can you? It's just pulled out. Oh dear. Everything's right, QM1. Well, I'll get back out there. Nothing wrong with that, it's just pulled out. You just can't be hooked properly. Been in the margin, had 5 or 10 minutes there, not a sign. That was a beauty. I'm not going to say it was the biggest, it wasn't. It felt like a decent fish, but not a mighty fish. I've been in the margins. The wind's been a bit of a pain. Not a sign in the margins. I'll just put my bait runner on again while I cast these pellets out. Soz, I ain't seen Soz get anything. The guy at the side of me, I know he's had a couple of skimmers or something. I know Maggot Man's had a few bits, I think, and a few carp. But I've seen nobody. I've been looking around, I've not seen anybody catch anything in the margin from the angles that I can see. Whether they have to my right and left, I don't know. And I have had that here before. It's a while since I fished Sykehouse. Ray were telling me, the owner, that they were catching in the margins 200 odd pound come out of, I don't know which peg it was, whether it was this lake, but he said in the margins has been producing really well. But I've not had a sign, not a sign, and Well, in fact, Soz has got one on now, but he's not fishing in the margins. I think he's fishing like top 2 and 2 or something. So it's not happening at all. I've been pretty consistent with how regular I've been feeding. I've changed from wafters, different coloured wafters to 8-month. There we go. A nice little. Oh, that's going. That is going. So that one was in for 2 minutes. Not even that. It's strange, isn't it? Fishing, you just can't wake up sometimes. But I have been changing the baits. I didn't feel the Duro banjo feeder was right. This is definitely right, but it's not prolific. Let's hope we don't lose this. I've lost 3 today. Nobody likes to see that. Or 4 if you want to include the one where I was catapulting pellets out and nearly pulling my rod in. In fact, it did. I'd only just managed to grab the boat, and I always slack my clutch off or set the bait runner when I'm doing that, so that doesn't happen. Schoolboy errors. I'm sure you've all done it. In fact, I know people have done it because Leon, who came fishing with me a few weeks ago, pulled a rod out when we went to Bank End. There we go. A little bit bigger, this one. That's better, isn't it? Get in, you beauty. And it's nice to hold fish that are warm instead of absolutely freezing. It's a little chunky one. Yeah, have a quick look at him. If he'll behave, because they have been lively, these fish. They've been very, very lively, as you can see. There, look at that. Not too bad. 3.5 pounds, I reckon. Not too bad at all. Turn it on. And I think I'll be seeing an old Palomite. Well, I don't know him that well. I've known him for like a year or so. Mark O'Neill. To see himself feel res. If there's no bites, I'm sure he'll be entertaining because he never shuts up. You Mark? I look forward to seeing him on the 17th. Right, I'll get Chuck back in. Try a few pellets out first. Get Chuck back in and we'll see if we can land another one. The idea of casting my pellets out first is, if they're not exactly bang on target, I just cast my bomb and pellets in the middle of them. And that's not too bad at all. Right, we'll see you soon. Right, fish people, there's half an hour to go. I've had one more fish. I think I've got over 30 pounds, 30 odd pounds. I've had 2 or 3 goes in the margin. I've had 2 bites. I do think there were probably roach skimmers. There was certainly nothing of any size down there. Oh, a good timing. So I went back out on the bomb. I've actually changed to a 6mm pellet. The last couple of fish. And that's been in 1 minute 30 seconds. But the thing is, I seem to catch 1 or 2, and then I don't get any indication whatsoever. And they've not been the size of fish that I've caught in here before. They've been small fish. I think I've got about 10, 11 carp, something like that. Again, this one, I don't think it's massive, but I tell you what, they have been putting a fight up for the size. And the bigger ones, the sort of 5-6 pound ones, have not put quite as big. Oh, this is slightly bigger, but it's a ghosty. It's going nicely. There we go. Now the smaller ones, put a bigger fight up than that, but it's not massive. It's probably 2.5 poundish, but you've just got to keep putting in what you're catching. So that takes me, I think, I've done my clicker right, for about 36 pounds-ish. Little ghosty. There you go, beautiful little fish. And I'm wondering if he's restocked it, because I've got quite a few that sort of size and a little bit smaller. So that is the latest update. Certainly didn't have all the gear I would have brought normally for Sykehouse, so I've had to make do a little bit. I've got stuff, prepared stuff, well not prepared, I just put in my gear what I thought I'd need for Viking fishery. It's a completely different fishery as this, but I've done okay, you know. I've got a few of the match cobwebs off. It's been nice talking during the match conditions. The guy outside of me has been catching quite regular, so Soz, not heard a lot from Soz, very quiet. I hope I beat him though. Right, probably away in the next update. See you soon. Right, fish people, it's a couple of days later. I ran out of battery, so, and I've only just got a chance to do my little summary on my match at Sykehouse. Belting fishery, cannot knock Sykehouse at all. It's a cracking fishery. 4 lakes there now. There's a new one that is recently opened. Apparently that's been fishing its socks off. I don't know how it's done, how it did the other day, Sunday. And I thoroughly enjoyed my match actually. Once I got there, seems I turned up to the wrong venue. Gosh, can you believe it? Anyway, the match, we was on Match Lake. I was drawn peg 11. Wind in my face all day, which was supposed to calm down, but never did. And rain in my face as well. It got stronger and stronger. I actually had a shallow rig set up, because this time of year you can catch prolifically on the shallow rig, the big carp. But the conditions, even though the fish were waving fins at you and showing their faces all over the place, I don't think anybody caught shallow. I heard somebody saying that they tried shallow, they were dropping it 2 feet in front of them, trying to mug them, and they were just turning away. They just weren't having it. My main attack was bomb and pellet, 8mm pellet. I fancied a day on the tip. It can be quite prolific there on its day. It can be really good. The only thing that I made a big mistake really, but I'd not planned on doing it. I fancied going on the tip pretty much most of the day. I fancied to go shallow if the weather calmed down, but that never happened. I did have a go shallow, but it was almost impossible. The wind was too strong. Couldn't present it right at all. And the margins, Ray had told me that they've been catching well in the margins, and all down my side, nobody caught a fish in the margin. I didn't even have a bite. Well, sorry, I did have a bite, but it was a roach type bite. It was only little. I felt, in fact, I hooked into one, and it bumped off. It was just a small fish, and I did keep trying it. Nothing at all. Pretty disappointed with the margin, especially with the wind blowing in my face. I thought I would have had a few, but even though I've been in my shorts for a few weeks, and it was red hot last time I went to Lindholm, I was freezing. I was cold. It was a cold day. Wind and rain in my face. It was uncomfortable. The only mistake I've made, I think, because one of the guys, I saw him catching top 2 and 2, top 2 and 3 on the ledge there as it drifts away. It can be quite good. In fact, it can be very good. But 99 times out of 100 I will have that line, but I just fancied a day on the tip. So I stuck to my guns. I fancied a day on the tip, and I fancied a few in the margin. Thoroughly enjoyed the match. I've ended up with, I can't remember how many carp it was now. I've ended up with 45 pounds. And just looking at I think 53 pounds won a section. So you know, 6mm pellet, 8mm pellet, or corn on that top 2 and 2, top 2 and 3 can be quite good. And I think Gareth Gill has caught pretty much all day on that line. I did see him fishing in the margins as well. I don't know whether he had any there. I didn't speak to him afterwards. Everybody pretty much got off because of the weather. So, thoroughly enjoyed the match. Nice to get a few match cobwebs off. Nice to see a few of the boys. But the results today with the Fryston Fishing Club, Fryston Angling Club. In third place, the Maggot Man's son, Ross Roebuck, with 80 pounds, 8 ounce. And he's pretty much caught all day on the bomb and pellet. Well, we're using 8mm pellets today, by the way. And Gareth Gill, who fishes with us in the Old Boys. Like I say, I saw him fishing top 2 and 2, I think it was, or top 2 and 3. He's ended up with 102 pounds 4 ounce. So well done, Gareth. What a mighty fisherman you are. Well done, son. And well organised today, and well done, pal. Good stuff. And in first place with 125 pounds 9 ounce. I'm not sure what Peggy was on. Don't know how he's fished. Never got to speak to him. But he's ended up with 125 pounds 9 ounce. I've ended up sort of mid-table. There's been weights from sort of 20 to 65 pounds, pretty much across the board. So it was quite a tough day. They weren't having it like I thought they might have been, but always enjoying fishing. That's what it's all about. Nice day out. Good to see the soz. Had a bit of a crack with him on early doors. So. Andy's just pipped me as well. He had £50. He just pips me, didn't he? Never live it down with him, you know. Never live it down with him. But my next match is at the Moody Mistress, Southfield Reservoir in the Feeder King, Wednesday the 17th. So I shall see you on the bank there. I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. And I shall see you at Southfield Reservoir on the 17th of June. Let's hope for a good draw. Let's hope for a few pulls this time. Gosh, I might even go and have a little sneaky practice on Sunday, so just to see how we're getting on. So, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget, guys, if you do enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe. If you click the notification bell, you will get our videos as we upload them. So once again, ta-ta for now. Don't forget, fish on.